Hey Love Bug, I'm making pumpkin soup, pumpkin ginger soup. Just to give you a little idea of what to do. Yeah, that's a big knife here. You slice up a big pumpkin or a medium-sized pumpkin. I usually like the pumpkin pie pumpkins because they're sweeter. I like that one better. I'll just put it in a pan. And again, the skin is still on, so I don't care because that'll come off easier later. I probably can take this little head off, so let me just cut that off and I'll be right back. So my next step is to use a pretty big piece of garlic. I'm only using one pumpkin, so I'm only going to use, like, this is that elephant size bulb garlic, which is really nice, but I'm only using like basically half of it. I've actually only used it already, so this is the other half, and that's enough. I just cut the top off. I am going to put it in the oil, drizzle some olive oil over it, close it up, and then I'll add it with the pumpkin, so that'll just become like a garlic butter. If you put the garlic in the pan without wrapping it, you risk burning your garlic. So I always put it in the foil, drizzle it with the with the olive oil. Doesn't matter which olive oil you use. I like extra virgin olive oil. Any good olive oil will do, and that'll be just about it for now. Okay. So I wrap that garlic, sort of a nice big piece of garlic, in olive oil, like drizzled olive oil and foil, and then I'm going to put in the spices. Well, what I'm going to use is olive oil, salt, cinnamon, cumin, and pepper. I'll just drizzle that on top. I think it's just better when you cook it in the oven, and it just has a better aroma than putting in it afterwards. So that's what I'm doing next. Bye. So now that I have my seasonings on, the olive oil, the salt, the pepper, cumin, and cinnamon, and the salt, I'm going to put it in the oven for probably about 45 minutes until it really gets roasted. You'll smell it. It smells delicious. And then we'll come back. Okay? Bye. Oh, in the oven, I usually put the oven about 425, again, for about 45 minutes. Hey, I feel like I have to wear the actual award-winning third place at the Lighthouse Museum. I came in third place for that pumpkin soup, so beating out the fire department, which I'm still sort of sadly embarrassed by. But anyway, I think I needed to share that. So a little bit of a cheat. I discovered this and I'm kind of excited about it. I've done it in the past and it seems to work, is to find this sort of pasta sauce. It only comes out at Trader Joe's. It's seasonal, but it does have the butternut squash and the pumpkin plus all the other herbs, so it's just kind of a good find. And then chicken broth, coconut cream, coconut milk, and an extra can of pumpkin just in case. Okay, so I dumped everything in except that one can of pumpkin, just because that's just more of a backup depending on how much after I get the ones that's baking in the oven, which is still, looks like, let me take a quick look and see. Yeah, that's still cooking in. So, quick update. I got on the phone with Lila, so I wasn't taking videos, but just to recap, so in the skillet, it's gone now, but I chopped up minced onion and I grated the ginger, fresh ginger. That's really important. It needs to be fresh ginger because it doesn't quite have the same taste. So, and I use about a teaspoon of ginger. You can always add more, but about a teaspoon is enough. And so I sauteed that, and then I went ahead and put that in the pot. I've got to run to the store because I realized that I forgot an apple. I usually use like a green apple. Doesn't matter, but green apple's usually what I like. And some sage. I forgot that. So I'm going to pause here. I got to run to the store and then I'll come back. See you guys soon. Bye. Hi, I'm back. Sorry, I had to run out to Whole Foods. So I picked up 2 green apples. Normally I saute them first before putting in the pot. Usually when I'm sauteing the onions, but anyway, I forgot. So I'm gonna have to do that. And then the last thing I do is fry the sage with a little oil and salt for garnish. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Sorry about that. My phone died. So just this is sort of the last touches before I blend everything up. So I checked for taste and I added a little salt, a little black pepper. We already talked about the maple syrup. I did put in some honey, and I usually like to use a couple of drops of like Louisiana hot sauce. You can use whatever kind you like. I just happen to have Red Devil, so that's what I'm using. And I did actually use a little more ginger. I just felt like I want to kick it up a notch. Same thing with the cinnamon and the cumin. If you feel you need to add that, that's entirely on you. All right, this is the fun part. This is when I go ahead and I blend it up, but it's noisy, so I'm not gonna, I'll show it to you after it's done, okay? Okay, so we are just about there. I've gone ahead and put it in my Martha Stewart pot just because, you know, it looks good, and you can actually see the color of what the soup looks like better in this pot, okay, as opposed to the gray one. Though I like cooking in the gray one because, you know, that's Mom's pots from years ago. Just a last minute touches, just my secret ingredient at the very end is putting a little smoked paprika. It adds to color. And the same thing with a little bit of turmeric, okay? Not a lot, but just, I always add that at the very end, and it gives it that nice orange color. Anyway, I'll be back with my fried sage. So I just cut up my sage. I like to wash everything with vinegar, either apple cider vinegar or distilled white vinegar, whatever it is, just because I'm a little paranoid of the bugaboos. I know it adds protein, but not in my soup.